Look in the back, see who's the lawyer. Look in the back, see who's the banker. Look at the business, who's the owner. Look at the staff, see who's the worker. Look at the truck, see who's the gunman. Look who eating out of them garbage can. Look in the jail, see who you see through. A lot of little black boy just like you. Little black boy, go to school and learn. Little black boy, show some concern. Little black boy, education is the key to get you off the street and off poverty. Little black boy, go to school and learn. Little black boy, you have to show some concern. Little black boy, think about your race. Little black boy, when would you find your place?
99.9 WEFM. WhatsApp us or call us at 457-9997. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
I was there talking to myself, man. Good morning. We are back with you for another Activated Mornings program here on WEFM. Time here is 7:46, and we are standing by to, I think that's it. All right. Hi, caller. Good morning.
Hi, special good morning to you.
Special good morning to you too. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay.
All right.
When you chuckle and say I'm doing okay, I'm just doing okay.
No,
hey, what happened?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. It's fine. Go ahead.
Hey, what happened, right? I am originally from Fountain Bel area of the constituency of West St. George. And when I was a little boy, I remember my father taking me to meet a young man called Mr. Tannis. And when I was going to school, we were told who was our elected parliamentarian and a stretch parliamentarian. It was Arthur Francis Williams. And when I left school, we found out that Marcus DeFreitas, who is my relative, he became the elected parliamentarian and did relatively well in terms of roads. After that, we got Mrs. Yvonne Francis Gibson, who was a teacher and was well grounded in the area. Then we had, after Mrs. Francis Gibson, we had Mike Brown, who fell asleep on the job, and the only thing you could say that he did, he continued the instrumentation of the secondary school. We had Seth Mackey, who was a good, and still is a good community-oriented person, but a poor politician in terms of representing the people. And currently, we have somebody known as Curtis Cain, who is well grounded. And like I say several times, if you want to know who Curtis Cain is, just go up top there, ask the boy for 2-6 or say Bassy. And they will say, oh, you know Curtis Cain quite well. And the people of Bel Air, Fountain, Goma, and the other areas expect so much more from Curtis Cain. But we often wonder if he is in a position to make a bid for us to see development in our constituency, because besides Mr. Tannis, there's nothing significant you could say that the person I mentioned before did for the people of West St. George. And I tell you something, right? I noticed that the NDP is on a crest to see if they could unseat Curtis. Like I say, Curtis is well grounded. And I'm going to call probably three names, but respectfully, Mr. James, even who he is, Morrison, who is my first cousin by my auntie, and Mr. Wright, he used to be a police officer. And I am suggesting to you that they are sitting or they sat on the West St. George NDP Constituency Council, and those are the persons who may or who are going to decide who will be the choice of candidate, whether it is Kibakas, Baptiste, etc., or whether it is Miss Louise Mitchell Joseph, or whether it will be Mr. Cupid. Well, for somebody who grew up in the area, I am advocating for the NDP Central Executive to suggest that Mr. Cupid replace whoever showing interest in terms of being the candidate for the NDP. Because I am not impressed so far with the representation for the persons who pass and the current elected parliamentarian Curtis Cain. But I'm hoping that the people will make a sensible choice. Some may say that Louise Mitchell bring some experience and she may attract finances to the party because of her father. But I want a candidate who could win and who will make a tremendous effort. And whether he win Curtis Cain or not in the next election, he will be a choice for the future. So I'm hoping that the rank and files of the NDP, we would not see a repeat of what took place in America, where Curtis Saver won the runoff, and all of a sudden they use veto power to say the leader of the party will determine who will be the candidate. I'm making an appeal for persons to suggest to the NDP that we need to have a candidate that may win. And even if he don't be Curtis, he will be somebody that you could put your future dollar on and say, one of these days he will be a quality elected parliamentarian, and I'm just making that appeal. And that's my thought for this morning, okay?
All right, don't run off, Kingsley, don't run off. You know, I always have questions.
Go ahead.
So why do you think Cupid, Kashaka Cupid, is a better candidate in your view as opposed to the other two persons, the two other names that are out there?
Yeah, because here's something, right? He is well grounded, and I like how you call him by his right name because I tend to forget his full name. And the people are comparing what they have. Curtis Cain, like I said, Curtis Cain is well grounded. And for some reason, for people who don't know, Curtis and Mr. Cupid are related. So they have in their DNA the people interest at heart. But they just need that emphasis to make sure. And Curtis know that Mr. Cupid will make that sort of representation. Because if I were Curtis, when I go to the poll, whether it's European or not, I vote for him, you know. Understand what I'm saying? So I hope that will keep place for us, okay? Anything you want to find out?
Yeah, next question. How much, we always come down on our representatives, right? The representatives, the elected representatives for our constituency. But realistically, right, how much power do you think that they generally have in terms of developing their constituencies when really and truly there is a broader national agenda that is there to be carried out? Because I know that there are times when we want to see them doing more, but, we're working with limited resources in a sense. So even if they push and they advocate, remember from a broader national standpoint, there are projects and things that the government would want to implement. So you think sometimes, not to make it seem as if we're going to take the slack off of the politicians or the elected constituency representatives. But
I would ask you this way. When the intention go to the polls to vote for a parliamentary representative in terms of what they want to see. And I agree that the Prime Minister suggested to the Governor General which ministry and he wants to see that particular post as a minister. And when they become minister, they seem to be finding themselves becoming complacent. But down the road, you look at parliamentarian and you're not hearing them perform as good as they should. But I am just suggesting to you that we foresight the quality of what we expect in Mr. Cupid. And like I say, even Curtis Cain, when he go to the polls, will vote for Mr. Cupid, okay?
All right, Kingsley. Thanks for your contribution. All right. Yes, the season is here. I'm not even saying it's upon us. It's here.
It's the season.
All right. Not Christmas season we're talking about. All right. We know it's not Christmas season we're talking about. But the season is here. So, we're going to be having a lot more of these conversations as time progresses. So, and the conversations need to be had. Okay? Need to be had. All right. Anything, Dianna?
Nah. Not at the moment. When the time comes.
When the time comes, I'll know. So you need to start talking,
Yeah, but as it relates to what he said, because you did mention something that I was thinking about for a while, as in how much power do the politicians themselves have to carry out certain things in their community, because they still have to answer to a higher authority and they can't just go out at least. You know what, let me leave it right there. I wonder about that as well. As it relates to anything else that he said, no, I don't have any comments.
Okay.
At this time.
All right. So we're going to jump into something else. Just to note, though, that the Carnival Mass Bands, I don't even know what the I stand for. It's CBI, but it's Carnival Mass Bands something, right?
Carnival Bands Incorporated, I think.
Oh, Carnival Bands. Oh, okay. All right. Thank you. All right. They are asking for persons who are interested in being judges to apply, right? So they are looking for individuals with a background in any of the following disciplines: graphic arts, costume design, mass building, theater, or related fields. And they're looking for persons with expertise in performances, costumes, according to their judging criteria, right? So the first workshop takes place in January 2025, but you are to apply now. Deadline is the 30th of November, all right? So you can apply at svgcarnivalbands@gmail.com. And of course, in the email, include your name, contact number, and a WhatsApp number. All right. A brief bio should also be given. So if you are looking to be a judge within the activities or the events that take place during the carnival season, well, in the mass bands, in relation to the mass bands, you can apply. All right. You can apply. Not apply. All right. All right. So we're going to get into quickly just two other stories. And yesterday, coming across a post on Asbot News Network about students in Union Island. They did a video posting and they are seeking the attention of the authorities and general public as they raise concerns about several ongoing issues affecting their education. Among the primary concerns are inadequate Wi-Fi, which limits their ability to access online resources and participate in digital learning. The students also report a shortage of teachers, resulting in inconsistent class schedules and disruptions to their education. So you can go on Asbot News Network and see the video of it, but that's an indication of what is happening there at Union Island Secondary School. And I suppose it's not surprising in a sense. For me, it's and I'm saying it's not surprising because we recognize the challenges with the continuation of their education post-burial, right? Now, many of the students were given the option, well, not the students, the parents were given the option of either coming to St. Vincent to continue their education here instead, and some opted to stay, right? Yeah. Now, the work on the island is still a work in progress. And I suppose having given persons the option, and given that the work on the island is still ongoing, it's not surprising that they're encountering these problems at this time.
It's not surprising to me because it's a general issue across schools. That Wi-Fi issue, I can tell is not Union Island Secondary School alone had a Wi-Fi issue. I can tell you for a fact. You understand? The shortage of teachers is interesting to me. I don't know. I don't even know what. I thought about that. I don't even know what to say as it relates to that, because it is interesting for me to see that there's a shortage of teachers.
But remember, some of the teachers would have opted to come to St. Vincent.
It don't matter who come and who ain't come. With the rest of the teachers, the government and how other teachers. We have teachers
you have
college.
An excess. You mean
teachers college training? How much teachers every year? How we have a shortage of teachers in the schools? But okay. I don't know. I probably will need to contact somebody from the ministry and have them speak on that. Yeah. Yeah,
but it is unfortunate because I know that
perhaps we don't have any money to hire them. I don't know. Perhaps.
Yes. I know that given the students, the parents, the option of whether to come to St. Vincent or to stay in the Grenadines was for to make them most comfortable, right? For them to decide where it is that they would have been most comfortable. But it's unfortunate because as usual, whenever there are issues of natural disasters or anything that happens, children are usually casualty in many instances. And in this case, the casualty for these children would be their education not being continued in the way in which they would have preferred or what they were accustomed to. So the thing of it is that they've brought it to the attention of the media. So it is just to see what happens there. And I want to believe that officials would have known about it already, but it's just to see what happens from here. So it's unfortunate.
They're working on it. As we speak, the ministry has some paperwork signing up to send the teachers. As we speak, paperwork is passing around. Yeah, man, by Monday.
But
they will be full.
But as I'm thinking on it, so when the students went through COVID, the ministry did have to find alternative ways of getting information to the students, right? Some of them had internet issues. Some of them didn't have internet. Some don't have electricity. So there were ways that they had to find to get around, to get information to the students. And maybe in this case, it's going to have to be something similar. Right?
Yep.
So that these children would not be negatively affected because it's not their fault.
Correct.
Right? It's not their fault. So they shouldn't be at a disadvantage.
Correct.
Right. In another news, just want to big up UWI for once again being placed in the top 5% of universities globally. University of the West Indies is a university that has several campuses here within the Caribbean. For me, it is the greatest. And I am being so biased. I am being so biased. Yes, I am. St. Augustine campus is the best, the absolute best, right? So I just want to big up. I know that there are times that, and I'm saying this because I know that there are instances where, for whatever reason, persons may downplay the offerings of UWI and may not view it as the university to go to because it's Caribbean based. And, sometimes the mindset of some folks is that if something is local, if something is regional, it's not as good, right? But here we're seeing for the 6th consecutive year that UWI has been in the top 5% of universities globally. All right. So if you don't want to stray too far afield, you can always consider going to UWI because it is a recognized university internationally. All right. So it's big up UWI and all alumni, current students and alumni. All right.
Big up you, Roleza. Roleza, big up you.
Hey. All right. So the time here in SVG, it is 8:02. And at this time, we are going to take a break from this commentary segment of our Activated Mornings program. Just a reminder that in a few minutes' time that we are going to have an interview with personnel from the SVG Port Authority. All right. So time here now is 8:03 and our time check came to you with the compliments of New Haven Funeral Home.
Death